Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TLC Coach Talks. We are back with a bang. And TLC Coach Talks is a unique platform where we are interviewing a very elite Hall of Fame members and a couple of other achievers from our community to talk about their journey as a coach, a trainer. What are the exceptional things that they have done and the amazing reasons why they are in the community and what all good work they are doing. How are they adding value to everybody around us? Today we have with us Dr. Anil Sharma. Warm welcome, Dr. Anil. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Preeti. It's a great honor to be here.
All right. Okay. So we are equally excited, Dr. Anil. Just to give a little background about Dr. Anil, he's an author, he's a consultant physiotherapist, he's a faculty and educator, and he conducts amazing workshops for corporates. Okay. And he's got a signature workshop, which is called as Exercise at Workplace. He's one of those people who's treated our ex-vice president, Shri Venkatraman. I think very fortunate that we have someone like Dr. Anil Sharma in our community. He has treated more than 40,000 patients so far, 500 cases of post-joint replacements, and even 200 cases of paralysis. I'm personally very, very inspired by Dr. Sharma because we have had a lot of interactions in the Hall of Fame group. He's ever willing to help everybody, and we are so excited to have him. So once again, Dr. Sharma, a warm welcome to TLC Coach Talks.
Thank you, Preeti, for such a nice introduction. I'm really overwhelmed by the way you introduced me. It is an honor to be part of TLC. It is an honor to be part of this platform right now with you on TLC Talk. And this is absolutely an amazing moment for me as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let's get started. Dr. Sharma, I wanted to ask you, the first question is that you are a doctor, you're a physiotherapist. How did the entire idea of being a physiotherapist and also being a coach and teaching people about wellness as far as bone management and the entire element of preventive physiotherapy came? So what was that life-changing moment where you said, okay, this is what I want to do?
So that is a very amazing story since beginning. Like, it's been almost 20 years, 28 years as of now in my practicing years, apart from my education. So I used to, whenever a patient comes to us, we are listening to the patient. That capacity of listening is very much there, because until unless we listen, we don't do anything. So listening capacity is there. Then we are actually giving them counseling, consultation. So that speaking capacity is also there to reach in there. So, but what I've realized over a period of time, people come to us with some problem and for some solution. So they want that problem to be solved. So that is what all of us do. So over a period of time, when I was doing people coming with the pain, then we are treating the pain. So over a period of time, I realized the same person is coming to me regularly, back and back, or sometimes he may lose me also, because after coming 2-3 times, then he'll say that treatment hota hai, farak nahi padta hai, so let us move to some other one. But then I realized what is happening in. So the problem came out was people were coming for the solution of pain, and we were giving the solution to the pain only. Then I started working on what is the reason of that pain in that particular person. So then we actually had to deep dive in. So we started working on the cause of the pain. Then we started working on the solution of the cause of the pain. So that is how I entered into depth. Then I realized sometimes the causes are intrinsic, sometimes are extrinsic. Intrinsic means कि body के अंदर से ही कुछ reasons हैं. So अगर body के अंदर से reasons हैं, तो definitely that is a medical thing. We have to go through that proper channel. But extrinsic factors were also used to be there. Like किसी को back pain हो रहा है. अब back pain का extrinsic factor क्या हो सकता है? वो हो सकता है कि उसको बहुत देर बैठकर काम करना पड़ रहा है. हो सकता है वो exercise नहीं कर रहा है. So इस तरीके से क्या हुआ? These were the extrinsic factors which could have been resolved by educating them. So now the education came in. Earlier we used to give consultation. Now the education part came in.
Correct.
And that is how the coaching came in. So then I started working on those things, and then my name is a preventive physiotherapist. I started branding myself as a preventive, because now I used to tell them I would help you in educating. I would help you in empowering you with the knowledge. Do it on your own. I would handhold you for those steps which you are not able to take. So that is how this my transformation took on. So now, even in my clinical practice, earlier the same patient used to come for me, you can say, for 2 weeks continuously on a regular basis. Now, what I have started practicing in, I'll call them thrice in a week.
Okay.
One day you come with me, I'll train you, I'll teach you. One day you do it on yourself. Then third day you come to me. Fourth, that is how I shifting my working module to this way. And this is helping me a lot. Now people say, Doctor Sahab, aap to hame apni aadat dalte hi nahi ho. So that's why I say, I train you to make you independent. That is how.
I think that's a brilliant concept. I think, you are rebuilding the faith of the common man in a kind of a transformational medical help rather than, and therefore the word preventive is really interesting. And I'm sure that, people understand the value that you're giving them by using this modality of, working with people. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the unique signature program that you do about exercise at work. I think, over a period of time, we humans, I think, close to the pandemic, or because of the pandemic, or even because of the lifestyle issues that we have, a lot of us have got into a lot of sedentary, the physical activity, as even with our children, as adults, or even senior citizens,
exactly.
Every age group. I think the lifestyle change has really caused a lot of issues for all of us. So what do you think, is the major problem today for your patients or for people who are coming to you? And as our audiences are watching, what would you suggest that people should do differently to avoid any kind of these issues that might crop up?
Right. So you raised a very good question. And this is also, I want to take a bit of going back in my past. So this is also inspired by one of my patients. And like 15 years, 12 to 15 years back, I had a patient who was 26 years of age at that point of time. And he was an IT professional.
Okay.
And he had a back pain and he was admitted to a hospital and he was advised for a back surgery.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So somebody went to meet him in the hospital before the surgery, one of his relatives, I don't know who. And he told him, let's just go and meet him. But he was already admitted. So he came without telling the hospital authority because he was not in bed. So he was able to mobile. So he just took an auto and came to my clinic off records from the hospital. And then he showed me, and then I examined him, and he did not tell me, he did not reveal me that he is admitted in the hospital. He was smart enough. So he wanted to have my actual opinion, unbiased opinion. So I gave him, like, it may take 2.5 months, but you will be all right. And he said me, no, I am getting operated for this. So then somehow I could convince him and he took a discharge from the hospital. And then we worked for 2.5 months, and that guy is still working absolutely perfect.
Wow. That's an amazing
traveled all over the world.
The story, yes.
So in this story, what I learned was basically he was having a back pain because of his sitting job and because of his not doing exercise regime, the nature. So then when I worked with him and I realized when we can do so much, if somebody listen to you and somebody get educated by you and one can do wonders and we could actually prevent the surgery. So why not, if it is done, the same regime is done in the very early stage of everyone?
Correct.
That is how I actually designed. People used to say, I have got 15 hours job. How I come to your place for doing exercise after 15 hours of working and traveling. So then this concept of exercise at the workplace at that point of time. Okay, I told them, you can't come to me individually. I'll come to your office and I'll train the whole office.
Organization.
Whole organization. You give me, I'll train you how to use your system, how to use your chair, how to select your sitting chair, how to use where to keep your monitor, where to keep your keyboard, mouse, and all those things. And on top of it, how you can do exercise while sitting on your working chair. See, for example, right now I'm talking to you. I'm moving my hands. So this is a gesture of talking also, as you know, as a trainer. But for me, it is an exercise. For me, it is an exercise. I'm just doing, see, you can see my fingers are moving, my elbows are moving. So part of gesture of training, but it is actually an exercise for me also.
Correct.
So when I can do this thing while talking to you as of now, everybody can do it.
Correct.
The only thing we need is zeal and we need a guidance. Somebody should show us the path, and we should also be ready to go on that path. Having a book in your hand doesn't mean that you would be reading it and you would be knowing everything. Having a book and reading it is important. So similarly, having a path and walking on that path is important. And I handhold people to walk on that path. And that's why I say exercise at the right workplace, exercise at the right working chair, to be more precise, can be a solution for everyone.
I think it's a unique and a very brilliant concept. I think the underlying principle is empowering everybody to, embrace exercise as a part of their life and their lifestyle. And the effort that you're putting, where there's less dependency on the doctor and more independently wanting to do. I think the biggest challenge for people is they feel to do exercise, they need to get out and do it somewhere else or need somebody along with them. But you are actually making them to do it by themselves, which is amazing. You mentioned about the book. I know you have written a book. If you can please share a little bit about the book that you have written. What was your inspiration to write that book? And
so for me, for many things, sir, everything is related with the story. So I'll go back a bit. I'll take you 30 more seconds for this particular.
Please
go ahead. I had my mentor in my profession. So he was Dr. Jen Joshi, sir. And he had actually treated Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's paralysis.
Wow. Okay.
So now you can see what, and he had also treated our President of India, K.R. Narayanan. And because of him, I could see our ex-president, Dr. R. Venkataraman. So he was that big person in the field of physiotherapy. So I was under him, working under him in 1998. So that time he wrote a book in physiotherapy profession, and that book was released in President House of India.
Wow.
And I witnessed that release in President House of India. And that was before, 2 days before my marriage. I went specially, I was invited and I went in there. So actually when I was doing a proofreading for the chapter of that book, that point of time, मेरे को दिमाग में आया कि मेरे को भी ऐसी चीज लिखनी है यार. This is such an amazing thing, such an amazing thing which gives you an authority. So वो एक idea आया और idea आकर अंदर रह गया. So it was big, long 25 years back, gone in that with that idea. But in that last pandemic, the pandemic came as a blessing in disguise for me. I could got an opportunity to join TLC, and there I was having an opportunity to write a book. And that simple template and such an amazing hand holding was there. Like I could write my book in maybe 5 months only. Wow. And that too, I was slow. I could have written in early days, a little more early, but I was slow. So it took me 5 months only. Now that book is published and that is working. I wrote it on it's basically how you can prevent your rheumatoid arthritic pain.
Okay.
So that book is on that only. And it's a very practical book. And now people say how you got this. This is a digital book also, paper book, but in digital format. What is the digital in that is, because in our profession, we, for example, if we are teaching exercise, how to write exercise in words, a layman can understand. A layman can understand. That was a big problem.
I'm sure it must have been very challenging for you to kind of present that, in the book.
Exactly. How to write step-by-step exercise. So our TLC founder, Guru Murli Sundaram, so in one of his workshops, I got an idea from him. If we create a video of exercise, put it on YouTube channel and keep it unlisted, and take a QR code and pasted that QR code in the book so that everybody who is having that book would be able to set that video of your exercise lively. And that was an amazing thing which I learned specifically. And this book is full of QR codes.
Okay.
And now this has given me a kick, and 2 books are already in pipeline again.
Wow.
So 2 books are already in pipeline. So I maybe next by February I would be able to release them too also.
Yeah. So Dr. Anil, I'm sure after writing the book, life must have changed a lot for you. What is the difference you've seen, since you published this book? I am personally, I've written a book. I think we both launched at the same annual conference. So I know that it has been a tremendous impact on me. But I'm really, see, my book and most of the books that are written are very different. Okay, we are written from a business coaching point of view. We are talking about our stories. You've specifically written about a medical subject, and trying to convey to people how they can manage arthritis. And this is unique. First, the challenge of writing it so that people can really benefit out of it, and that's where you write. Now, after the book has been published, how has it really impacted you and in your consultancy and your coaching in whatever else you're doing?
So that is becoming basically a landmark for me. People knew me, my authority, my strength already, but now the thing is on paper. Now they see that knowledge in their hand. And moreover, what I started doing, I conduct hands-on workshops in different organizations, business houses. So now I take that book along with, and when I come back from that organizations, I actually keep a complimentary copy to the owner of the organization. Now, when that organization owner or anybody in that organization go through that book, so they actually sense that this person is having an authority about that subject. And specifically, see, I'm writing books not from medical people.
Correct.
I'm writing books for laymen. Because I want to reach to the laymen. Medical fraternity will get thousands of books available. But for a layman who is actually passing through the pains, how they would understand. So this is my whole experience. What they ask me when they come to me, they have so many questions. So I had made list of those questions and I answered those questions in my book. So what they are asking in my consultation, I am giving them back in the form of a book so that they can read. So this actually has set authority, a trust building against my name, and I myself feel very confident now.
Absolutely.
Like people say, you introduced me, Dr. Anil Sharma is an author. So earlier I used to get introduced by is a physiotherapist. Now I am introduced by first thing is an author. So that itself is a credibility.
Yeah. I think, Dr. Anil, the more I listen to what you have to say, the more I get inspired, because I'm seeing that you have transformed yourself. Okay. And I think people who want to reach out and help other people, I see the kindness in the way you talk and the way you're working towards your mission. And I think giving more than what is expected in terms of value to your customer is really reflecting in the way you're working with, looking at reducing the patient pain and focusing on trying to connect from a point of view that you're able to help individuals, layman, common man, that is really inspiring. So how do you see yourself currently, progressing further in terms of your upcoming plans? Because it's an ever-changing landscape in the field that you're working, especially the medical field and the systems that you offer. What are the challenges you see, and how do you see that you will be able to handle them?
See, challenges were like now I get compliment. How you get the time management apart from your practicing? Now I'm able to design all the social media posts. I'm able to shoot my videos. I'm able to handle my social media platforms on my own. I'm not hired any digital media consultancy.
Yeah, you're very active on social media. I've seen that. Yes.
Right. So what is happening? People now ask me how much time you and how you actually do the time management for all these things apart from your practice. So I have actually now utilizing my earlier time, which used to get waste. Now it is actually it's getting invested,
Yeah.
and I'm actually getting myself as a transformed, digitally oriented physiotherapist.
Hmm.
So that is challenge was there earlier. I was like, if I if I tell you, in my school days, I had a phobia of speaking on the assembly platform. I was invited for a speech of 5 minutes speech, and I went, and my legs were shivering, and I went back. I went back, and that was my weakness, and that weakness has become my strength now. And this transformation is actually uh, supported by the last 2 years of TLC, which has enabled me to do good at all the fronts. And actually, these were missing. Now I'm ready with my online video, online course also.
Okay.
I've written an ebook. I've written ebook also,
Hmm.
and whatever you say, like Abhi, right now I had some meeting, so they were saying we have to plan a standee. So I said I would help you in designing a standee for your thing. So I am that capable now, and it is not overconfidence. It is confidence which I gained while joining TLC, and that was amazing. It's absolutely big thing for me.
Yeah, I think Dr. Anil Sharma, you've been one of our founding members in the community, and we are so proud of, seeing all the transformation by you. But I think one of the things that I must mention here is that you are constantly learning. So you are actually imbibing every code of honor of TLC, being a lifelong learner, giving 10x value, being entrepreneurial about it, being authentic, all of our values. I can see you living those codes, and I think it's so impressive. You walk the talk, literally walk the talk.
You can see my background image. My all these QR codes of my social media handles are designed by me only and pasted. So I've understood how to brand myself also.
Correct.
That is also a learning from TLC.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think you are an action taker. You have constantly pushed yourself, not just yourself. I know that some of your members from your mastermind, in your Helios mastermind also, you are amazing camaraderie. I think I remember in the last Tilt presentation, 3-4 of you, एक बहुत ही serious और कमिटेड डॉक्टर के पीछे एक हंस मिजाज डॉक्टर अनिल शर्मा भी है, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छा एक प्रेजेंटेशन किया था with some fellow members. सत्ते पे सत्ता का गाना गाया था, which was so well impromptu, without any hesitation. It was really fun.
That is what it was. Actually, it was hidden somewhere inside. Somebody needed to take it out. So I was already exploring my inside outside, but actually TLC really helped me a lot with that way. I will always say it is nothing. I belong to BNI also, but that is another different thing where I learned givers gain also. But TLC transformation, TLC means transformational thing. So I believe in, so that is always my gratitude to Guru Murli Sundaram, who has founded the TLC.
Yeah, we are so lucky that we have this platform, and all this direction, this focus, this simplicity, this success that we are seeing. I think sincere gratitude to Guru Murli. I completely agree with you on that. Okay, so Dr. Anil Sharma, we have a fun part at the end. So brace yourself. Okay, all the exercise that you need to do, you can do it now, because I'm going to get you to think on your feet and answer some questions. So, Dr. Anil Sharma, the physiotherapist, or the Dr. Anil Sharma who loves to spend time with friends? Who is more fun?
Dr. Anil Sharma, who is physiotherapist.
See, I guess that, honestly. I'm sure you're having more fun working with people than actually spending time. Pass करने में से भी ज़्यादा मजा उसमें आ रहा है.
I enjoy my work. You say me, I can work for 20 hours also.
Awesome.
So I enjoy with that.
So Dr. Anil Sharma's life-changing moment, which was that one moment where you felt that, that we all have that tipping point in our life where we felt, after this point, I'm going to be a different person. Which was that one point in your life?
Not 1 point, there are 3 points.
Okay, All right,
So,
I'm all ears.
so one point was when I got married to my wife, that was absolutely life-changing for me. And then second point was joining BNI. And third point is the latest, the joining TLC.
Wow, that's very beautiful. So, what was the one piece of advice that you got that you're glad you didn't take? You know, somebody advised you something and you didn't take that advice, and it really helped you.
That's quite tricky, right? Okay. Uh, like it was not advice. I would say it was a habit.
Mm.
In my school days, one of my friend asked me to take a pan and a cigarette.
Okay. Mm.
Right, and I took one puff. I was in 9th standard. I took
Okay.
one puff, but that was my first and last.
Wow.
And I refused it. Then I refused it. And that was my actual turning point. I could have gone into a wrong direction, totally.
Yeah, I think all of us at some point in life, we know where we were having that divine intervention, that universe saying, no, you turn le lo, ye banda, bhai ye sahi nahi hai aapke liye.
And really, it was that point. It was that point. If you ask me honestly, it was that point.
So what does Dr. Anil Sharma like to do in his free time?
In free time, I would like to watch movie with my family. Nowadays, latest free time spending is something doing with the video creation, content creation, something. This is my new fascination is coming up. So, and sometimes really going with my son and eating something which is not, we do not prefer to eat, but sometimes we really go for that eating. Junk food eating sometimes.
That is nice. And if you had to give one piece of advice to any coach or trainer, what would that be?
For the coach and trainer, the best advice would be what I have learned and I have seen. Avoid procrastination and be consistent. That is the actual foundation of any success. We may crib, we could not get. But if we do the looking at back, we would see we ourselves procrastinated or we were not consistent. That was the reason for your scribbing. So if we remove these two things, we can do wonders. Anybody can do wonders.
Absolutely.
Provided handholding should be there.
Yes. And if you were given a choice to be reborn as someone else, you would like to choose to be reborn as?
Yeah. So I would like to reborn as that is again a tricky one. So many things, but something of that which has got a little more passion and diversity. Something which I'm able to do diverse things with passion. If I'm not able to pinpoint what is that, but if I would love to enjoy the diversity as well as the.
Awesome. It has been so much inspiring to talk to you, Dr. Anil Sharma. I think your positivity, your kindness, your easygoing, helpful attitude really reflects in your demeanor, the way you talk, the way you express yourself. I feel very warm after talking to you, I'll be very honest. And I feel very happy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You are part of our community and we are so proud again of all the success that you've had. We wish you the very best. May you keep growing, keep shining, and keep inspiring all of us. Thank you for this wonderful talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Preeti. It was an honor to with you and spend a very good time with you. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
All right, viewers, I'm sure after listening to Dr. Anil Sharma, you would have picked up some very relevant cues about how to be successful Make sure that you follow that last mantra that he mentioned about avoiding procrastination and being consistent. For that wonderful message, on that wonderful note, today we end our coach talks. We'll have another session very soon. So stay tuned to our page and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye and good night.